Thank God for dash cams, right? If the world didn't have dash cams, we would have no idea about all the amazing, crazy things that happen on the roads in Russia every day. And of course, we wouldn't have that wonderful clip of video of that idiot from New Zealand chasing his 911 down the drive when he forgot to put the parking brake on. Yes, I have a dash cam, and a lot of people have been writing to me and saying, Nick, can you show us your dash cam install and your radar laser jammer install? Well, first on the laser radar jammer thingy, as some of you might know, I had a 4th generation Escort 9500 CI integrated system in my M4 and my previous cars. I've decided not to put that system in this car after all, because there's a brand new version coming out called the Escort Max CI 360. It fixes all the problems that the 9500 CI had with false alerts, not covering some of the laser jamming and a few other neat features. So I'll talk more about that when I get it. I'm going to try and get a deal on it so that any of you wanting to buy it don't have to pay the outrageous amount of money that they're charging for them. And of course, I'm going to have my friends from the police also help me test that the laser jamming actually works. So that's something to look forward to. So back to my dash cam. The dash cam I have in this car is the Blackvue, what is it, the DR650S 2-channel. There's a very similar product to this out on the market called a Thinkware F770. Very similar price, in fact I think exactly the same price, similar features. Some people prefer the Thinkware. The Thinkware has a couple of neat little features, like it beeps for lane change, wandering and things like that. It's got some cool software on it. The reason I went with the Blackvue is because I've had a Blackvue in every car I've owned for the last 6-7 years, and they've been rock solid, so I'm just sticking with the brand that I know. These days everybody should have a dash cam. Oh, they're so good. Well, unless you're an idiot that causes accidents all the time, then maybe you shouldn't get a dash cam. But for the majority of us who don't cause accidents, having a dash cam is a lifesaver, and it has truly saved me once. I wish I could find the footage, but yeah, some lady hit me one time, and back when I had my my old blue M3, and tried to blame it on me, and I had the dash cam footage and I was able to prove that I was in the right. So they're awesome, everybody should have them, and these days you can get a great dash cam for under $100. There's no reason not to have one. Which might make you wonder, why did I pay $370 for my dash cam? Well, and I bought it off Amazon. $369 I paid for this one. The reason I paid for a much more expensive model is because I wanted a dual dash cam. I wanted a camera in the back. In fact, you can just see it above Albert's head there. Just there is the camera facing backwards. Why are you giving me that look, Albert? And a camera on the front. So both cameras record to the same memory card as the camera in the front. And of course, I trust this brand, and they're pretty good for both daylight and nighttime. But most of all, I really like the form factor. A lot of dash cams are kind of long and have screens on the back and all that other nonsense, and they become quite ugly in your car. I like the little cylindrical shape of the Blackvue dash cams. They just sort of fit up in the top corner here. You can either mount them, like I had my old one over on this side over here. If I turn the camera a little bit, I had my old one up here, but I got my Easy Pass up there, so I've decided to put it here this time. It means I can keep an eye on the lights, make sure it's working, and it's sort of completely out of the way, and it's showing the view of exactly what the driver's seeing as well, which is great. So I had mine installed professionally by a guy called Eric. He does a fantastic job. He does all the radar and dash cam installs for my local Porsche dealership, and he's done the install on 3-4 of my cars now, and I've been so happy with the work he did. He charged me $100 to install this for the front and back cameras and all the wiring, and I also got the Power Magic Pro, which is a $25 accessory. What the Power Magic Pro does is it keeps the dash cam running for a set period of time after you've turned the ignition off. The reason I want that feature is so that if I'm parked somewhere and someone hits me, or somebody touches my car or whatever, it's going to capture that. And I'm going to look back, because a lot of things that happen with your car don't necessarily happen when you're in the car. And so the Power Magic Pro has got little dip switches on it that you can change to keep the camera running 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever you want. So what did Eric do? Eric installed, let me turn this camera here on. Eric installed my dash cam up in the corner here. and the back one right up the back. I put it on the left hand side so that it was near the wiper, so that if it's raining the wiper would wipe the rain away, and so the camera still gets a good shot. And he did a beautiful job. You can't see where the wires are or anything, it just sits nicely up here, out of the way. And as I said, I like this shape because this shape doesn't hang down too far. It sort of just sits up in the top of the ceiling there, where it's pretty unnoticeable, which is nice. The smaller dash cams get the better. In fact, the dash cam in the back is tiny. It's no bigger than a quarter round, so you hardly notice it at all. It's fantastic. And he ran all the cables and hardwired it in. And if you have a look down here near my feet in my fuse box, come on, here we go. This is where he wired it on. You can see, instead of cutting into the wires in the car, he just jumped off existing fuses for power and accessory power. And so it's easily undoable if I sell the car. And if you look down here, this is where that Power Magic Pro is. He tidily stuck it down the bottom here, so I can still change the dip switches or turn the whole system off. If I'm parking the car long term, I can just hit that switch there and turn the whole system off completely, so it never drains any battery. So that's a very tidy install. Very pleased with that. So yeah, if you live in the tri-state area, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and you want one of these installed, send me an email and I'll get you Eric's details. He does a great job. So yeah, as for the performance of, let me turn this off again. As for the performance of these things, how they work is, obviously they record to a memory card, and you can take that and show that in your computer, or you can look at it on your smartphone. It transmits a Wi-Fi signal, so you connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you can review any of the footage that's on the memory card straight from your smartphone. And you can also change the settings for, you know, whether it saves things or how the quality of the recording and so forth, all from your smartphone. So it's pretty easy to use. What else? This particular model has cloud storage, which I think is a nonsense. I'm not ever going to use it. The theory is that when you park your car at night, it sees your home Wi-Fi network and it uploads the recording for the day to the cloud. And if you want to pay a whole lot of money, you can buy more cloud storage. Things on the cloud, what a waste of time. So yeah, what it does without that is, I've got a 128 gigabytes card in there, and that keeps about a week of recordings for both front and back cameras, which I think is fine for me and fine for most people. And of course, once it gets to the oldest recording, it just records it over once it's filled up the card. So yeah, dash cams, wonderful things. To give you a demonstration of how this one works, obviously you've all seen me chasing my car out of the garage, but yeah, general driving, it looks like this, which is perfectly clear enough. What you're looking for is the ability to see other people's license plate numbers, really, which this can do. And then this is some night driving as well. And yeah, once again, pretty clear for night driving. I'm sure some of the other high-end dash cams, even some of the cheap dash cams, might do slightly sharper. And of course, you can make this one go sharper if you turn up the bit rate. But I'd rather have a longer recording at an average quality than super fine recording and only have a day or so. So there's trade-offs there. But yeah, it works fine for me. As I said, I've had them in my cars for the last 6-7 years and never had a problem with them failing. Yeah, great devices. Everyone should have a dash cam. What do you think, Albert? He agrees. So yeah, any questions about my dash cam install, let me know. And as I said, if you want to get Eric to install your dash cam, let me know. I'll get you his number. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Bye then.